Every year, the International Day of Action for Women's Health provides organizations and activists to mobilize, take action, and amplify demands for sexual and reproductive health and rights and justice for all through inclusive, accessible, and available sexual and reproductive health information and services. In Nigeria, women face a number of health challenges, including high rates of maternal mortality, inadequate access to reproductive health services, and a prevalence of female genital mutilation, or cutting as it's called. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, Nigeria has one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world, with an estimated 512 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births in 2017. This is largely due to poor access to quality healthcare services and inadequate emergency obstetric care. Joining us now on the show as we focus on women's health, their challenges, what can be done to alleviate some of these challenges, and how it aligns with government efforts, is Dr. Amina Dorayi, Country Director, Pathfinder International. Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
All right, so we'll go straight in. I'd just like you to share with us some of the challenges that Nigerian women face. I've reeled out some statistics already, and how we are solving that currently as a nation.
Thank you very much. As you mentioned, this is a very important agenda of both government, private sector, and development partners. And why is it so? It's actually because we know that women constitute about half of the population in almost all countries, including Nigeria. And if we do not adequately ensure that the health of women and the rights of women are upheld, we will not be able to attain even the Sustainable Development Goals, because we all know that health is wealth, and health is the basis for everything, even economic development, really, of any country. So as you mentioned, some of the challenges that women face, their health challenges, is because of their unique biology, anatomy, and physiology, being those that, carry the burden of reproduction. So usually, I even want to start from girls. Their entire, life course is about, either, should I say, addressing gender-based violence. For instance, when a girl is at that young age, girl child, we all know the issues about, gender-based violence, lack of education in any family. Most of the time, if there are any economic challenges, the education of the girl is not prioritized. And then there's early marriage, which has its own challenges as well. When the girl marries either at a young girl or as an adult, there are also issues about, antenatal care, access to antenatal care for those that want to also, spread the children that they want to have. There's also issues around access to reproductive health or family planning challenges. Then we know that, pregnancy is a very important period of any woman. So there's also deaths due to women either during pregnancy or immediate postpartum period. And then there are also challenges with, after birth as well, as I mentioned. So, and the woman takes care of the children. So we always want to ensure that the health of women and children come together. There's no distinction. But if a woman is not able to ensure that they get access to the adequate health services that they need, they're not even able to contribute to the family or contribute to the community at large. And there's a lot that women can do. So I think that as every country that wants to progress needs to put the health of women at the center of their national development. So basically, I would like to just say that today or this month, as we are marking the International Day of Women, we know we also had the Month of Women that was in March. Everyone would think that there's a lot of, marking of days or months around women, but it's because of that unique needs of the girl, of the woman. So there's all a very important, activity that we're all doing this month and also in all the months to ensure that policies are in place, for instance. And, the budget is in place. So at the national level, the state level, budgets are there to ensure health facilities, especially, and communities have what they need to be able to address, women's health issues. Yeah, thank you.
Well, Dr. Dorayi, I would like to go back to this same point about challenges. I understand the work you do in terms of reproductive health, empowerment of women, HIV/AIDS prevention, and all of that, maternal and child health care. But the major issue here, how do you deal with the challenge of the perception in certain parts of the country, the North, to be particular, that bodies like yours, Pathfinder International, like Planned Parenthood Federation of Nigeria, that you are involved in population control through family planning, promotion of contraceptives. How do you deal with that challenge?
That's a very good question, and a very pertinent question for that matter. There are many schools of thought, but at the end of the day, the most important person is actually the woman. I come from the North, and I understand the traditions, the culture, and even the religion of the North. And I know that, a woman, I've met so many of them personally, and I've met so many of them by proxy, that know that their health is very important to them. So whatever anybody says, especially those that are not involved in the reproduction process themselves, maybe men or those that make decisions that are not, those that actually kind of go through these issues. But as a woman, a woman knows that when she gives birth, for instance, she will need about 2 years. Even the religion says that she will need about 2 years to be able to take care of the child that she has given birth to. In addition, when you want to breastfeed, even breastfeeding is actually a natural means of family planning. So I don't think that family planning should be an issue. It's just that many of us, many of the people don't really understand the needs of family planning. First of all, it is to improve the woman's health. It is for the woman to also be strong enough to have the next baby if she so desires. But what we want to do, or what we aim to do as an organization, Pathfinder International, everything we do is rights-based. You cannot force a woman to take on family planning or any method of contraception if she doesn't want to. It's all about the rights. But what we're saying is that women have the right to the information, they have the right to the services, because reproductive health is their major health need as a woman. So when a woman is in reproductive age, sometimes from 15 to even 45, you can imagine that during that period, most women are either trying to give birth or trying to prevent childbirth. Why? Because if I want to have 5, 6, 7 children, I should be able to have it. It's actually the autonomy we're talking about. If I want to have 1 or 2, I should be able to have it. It's a personal decision. It's supposed to be a family also decision, because it's actually not only the woman, especially if she's married, she also has a spouse, for instance. So what we're saying is that this is a personal decision, this is a family or couple decision, and if they want to access health services or contraceptive services, they should be able to, and everywhere from the health facilities, that is the health workers themselves, and the government, they need to ensure that they have the right information and they can take those decisions based on what is good for them. There are many of the methods, and it's based on the physiology, the conditions, the health conditions of the woman. There are very few, yes, thank you. So basically, it's just the rights. It's a rights-based issue, and even the communities, the culture, the religion, it's just, everybody knows that it's supposed to be, but, unfortunately, the men are the decision makers almost all the time. So I hope they will understand better.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Dorayi, Country Director of Pathfinder International, for joining us on The Morning Show.